Hello guys, welcome to DSNnamdi Network Show, where we blend the esoteric knowledge, spiritual knowledge, and the basic knowledge into our ways of life. We need to understand something, and that is, your ignorance of what is happening does not make the unfolding of the events not to happen. It will definitely happen. So we must understand yourself, the world in general, and who you are inside of this being you hold. All right, so we're here today to always give you the unfiltered, well-researched knowledge of your being and your existence. Thank you so much. I remain your host, DSNnamdi. Stay tuned. And don't forget to like, follow, share, and subscribe to DSNnamdi Network on all platforms. Thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am your host, DSNnamdi. I want to say this. Knowing humans and human evolution has never been a default knowledge. It's been a knowledge that we all have to know. We all have to study to know ourselves. We all have to study to know our neighbors and all in general. So that means that's why we go to school and we have degrees on certain courses that are giving us insights on how to understand human factors. Today's topic will be going straight to studying what I say is very crucial for every human to know when they are being used and when they are being inspired positively. Crowd matrix or crowd manipulation. Today's topic, I read deeply into this book called The Crowd. It is authored by Gavs von Le Bon. This book spoke majorly about how certain knowledge are being used and manipulated by few to either stir up a negative effect or a positive one. I decided to make this podcast so we would not be a slave to this mentality. Now, delve with me as we go forward. Now, let's understand what is the crowd matrix. What is crowd matrix or crowd manipulation? It is simply the understanding or the knowledge of a crowd or certain people used by some or by little few to manipulate this crowd to have a result reaction. They know that when they say this, you would react to this. They know when they say A and you do B, that it will give you the equal to C. They know about the equation to life. They know about the equation to your mentality. Our leaders today, they are using this knowledge in a negative way. And when we talk about leaders, I'm not talking about leaders just only in the business sector. I'm talking about leaders in the religion sector, political sector, and all around the field of life. A doctor becomes a professional when he knows symptoms and signs of heart. So when the patient comes to him and say, "Oh, doctor, I have these symptoms, I'm feeling this sign," he says to you, "Look, you have to go for tests, but I'm suggesting it will be this and this," because he already studied that. Now, for you to know the knowledge of humankind is for you to advance human race. But our political leaders are not trying to advance the human race, but trying to manipulate the human race for their own good. So today, this knowledge would say enough is enough. What is this human manipulation? Let's read the definition of it. Crowd manipulation is the control of certain knowledge that aid the knowers to understand human consciousness, emotions, behavior, and reactions on different events, hereby making these few knowers to become more effective in their objective. Now, what is the objective of our leaders? The objective of our leaders, mostly in every phase of life, let me start with this two major stuff. Number one, the religious aspect of life is number one, we need to know how to say the right words to trigger a positive reaction. The political angle, a leader needs to know the kind of words he needs to speak to his audience to trigger a positive reaction. Hey, but that's not the way right now. The way right now is the leader is using these words and this technique he knows to say these things to manipulate the followers to go with his concept. And we know that most of these leaders, political leaders, their concept will not and have never given us the desired result that they preach about. So why keep going with this path? A time will come when human consciousness was raised above people coming to speak any other way but the right way. When you say the right way, we need to understand that this right way is this. There is a problem, and this problem needs a solution. And the solution must come from critical thinking. Critical thinking alone would make you see that the media can advertise a product That doesn't mean that the product is the best in the field of business, but because the producers of the product have more money to advertise. So the media have a role to play. When you see an advertised logo, advertised slogan or color, automatically what comes to your mind? This product has been there. You start singing the same slogan, you start knowing the logo, and when you go to the market to buy stuff, you will look and search for that product. That's the mentality they've given to us. But today we need to understand the critical thinking of how to discern what is right for me and what is right for the public. So let's delve deeper into the book of Gus von Labon. This book, he talked about how the leaders have manipulated this knowledge to give the public a one-sided reality. And he also spoke about how we, the public, can undo these reactions. And how can we undo them? He spoke, I'm just trying to give you a summary of what he said. Number one, undo the institution. Life today, we have gone so far in the societal influences, societal institutions, where we've developed into becoming way better than we used to be. Perhaps we think we're better because we have good cars, we have good clothes, we have good lifestyle. We can do anything. You can use your phone to connect to the world, your laptop to connect to the world. You can even have your workspace in the laptop or your phone. So technology invented an easy life. But what are the needful things that we need to know about ourselves? Why are we here today? What are the things that we need to say to these leaders that we need this and that's it? Because we are the one that placed them into authority. If the noun government is saying that you have the power to choose your leader, you can be a leader tomorrow. So it's best for you to understand what this book is talking about, the crowd, how to understand your audience, how to carve your audience into becoming a target audience, and how to carve a niche for them to become more successful in reaching out to their needs. I am your host, DSNnamdi, and today we'll be moving into crowd matrix and talking about crowd manipulation, because that's the norm we find right now. A good leader has stepped out to say, enough is enough for what this set of people are doing to my people, and is a target for elimination. We can't question our religious leader, because when you do, they say you're questioning God. We can't question our political leader, because when you do, they say you're going against the status quo. So that means you are branded a criminal or an offensive. What is the consciousness that needs to revolve around our mindset to give us the key focus on how we can say, when the time is down for us to vote to the next leader, we need to ask them these questions collectively. Leader A, what is your plan for electricity? We need to break down all the problems we have in a certain area, hyping up everything to one leader, because that one leader cannot do everything. 4 years of political leadership cannot solve every generational problems, but one at a time. What is your plan for electricity? What is your plan for good health facilities? What is your plan for a good lifestyle? Affordable lifestyle. He or she needs to explain to us the concise and achievable plan. And when A is not doing it right, we'll listen to B. Political parties have never in any time provided solutions to our problems. They only provide potential leaders who feel like they have the solution to our problems. But all they know so far is to enrich themselves. So let's say no to political manipulation. Let's say no to religious manipulation. And let's say no to societal manipulation. We have the same right to live as our leaders have. We are our leaders of our world. And this is our time to shine. Thank you so much. I remain your host, DSNnamdi. Stay tuned. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, comment, because your comments will give us a reason to bring more episodes to these topics. And when you comment, we will know that yes, that our program and our content is reaching out to people of like minds. Beamers, don't forget to follow us and like and share. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I'm your host, DSNnamdi. Don't forget to like, follow, share, and comment. God bless you.